Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about Jack Smith's continued investigation into fraud schemes in the wake of the election to steal the election from Biden, and in particular, the role of one Sidney Powell in concert with Trump. The kind of headline here is Smith's investigation goes on. He's got a huge mandate, and I think it's quite possible it'll be years before he closes up shop. We kind of forget that because everyone's focused on the ticking clock between now and November 2024. And Smith is also focused on it, which is why he brought these streamlined charges against Trump and Trump alone that are now pending in D.C. But he's got a much bigger mandate to go into. In general, his efforts have dovetailed with those of the January 6th committee, save one whole area, and that's fundraising. He's been looking independently, we know, into the phony baloney foundation or PAC, really, that Trump set up in the wake of the election, but all of the money went not, basically into his coffers, funding his defense, etc. Now we learn that witnesses have come before the grand jury that's still sitting investigating different crimes, and Smith has shown particular interest in Sidney Powell's a nonprofit that she founded called Defending the Republic, and they took in all this money and basically used it to fund the fraudulent attempt to turn the election. So it looks as if they spent millions of dollars in Coffee County as part of the effort to penetrate into the machines and then get forensic sort of hand-picked people to make analyses of the vote, suggesting it was a fraud. That report has totally been debunked since. And then other kinds of efforts on behalf of the whole overall Powell-led, or at least this Defending the Republic-led campaign to turn things around. That includes her Powell's accusations that it's all has something to do somehow with Hugo Chavez and Venezuela and the like. So these charges that he's looking at, to be clear, are specifically about fundraising fraud and its contribution to Powell's sort of effort, including things that didn't pan out. But we have a kind of the scheme that he's looking into begins with the establishment of this entity, Defunding the Republic, taking in all this money, all for false pretenses, basically. And then in addition, using it, these would be both overt acts, but also potential fraud schemes in and of themselves, to try to propagate lies about Chavez, about Coffee County, and the like. So we learn because witnesses come out and report. One of them, Bernie Carrick, the already convicted in other charges, sort of Giuliani assistant or private investigator, who has spoken to, we know, to Smith's group. We learn, we have quick vantage points onto some of the testimony that's being elicited in grand juries, and also some of the questions being asked just in interviews, sit-down interviews, because you'll often do that. There's a real sort of basic strategic question. Do you want this person in the grand jury or not? And basically, if you're worried they will go south on you and you really want to lock them in, that's when you would do it. But while we focus in on the Trump case, the Fulton County case, Smith continues his work. It continues to imperil Sidney Powell in particular here. For that reason, it increases the pressure on her to cooperate. But I dare say it's just one of several lines of inquiry happening behind the scenes in what's going to turn out to be a marathon, not a sprint, for Jack Smith and his team. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.